Time now for the STOHD.com Diamond in the Rough, and it's captain's reliever Nate Striz. STOHD.com's Tony Lastoria says the Indians right-hander, who they took in the 22nd round, the reliever out of the University of North Carolina in 2010, is well built. He's got a fastball that has some sink, sits in the low 90s. He's touched 94, complements his fastball with a slider and change. Changeup is considered one of the better of his two pitches. Now, he's battled injuries throughout his three-year college career, so if he can remain healthy and on the field, very interesting relief prospect for the Indians.
Well, yeah, and that's any time that if you have some injuries early on, that's going to play into it. But if he does stay healthy, a good-sized kid from the right side, hopefully he continues this trend at Lake County, moves up.
Well, read more about the Indians prospects every week on Minor Happenings on STOHD.com and also in Tony's book listing the 100 top Tribe prospects. And welcome back to the show. Well, after a slow start, the Kinston Indians have really come on of late. Manager Aaron Holbert has done a nice job with them and has really gotten them going. He breaks down his roster now with Chris Haymeyer as we check in with our Indians minor league insider.
We are talking to K-Tribe manager Aaron Holbert in his second year here with the Kinston Indians. Aaron, you mentioned that fantastic starting pitching. They have been phenomenal from the beginning of the year. It starts with Drew Pomeranz. First-round draft pick. You expect a lot from him. He was Cleveland first-round draft pick last year. Gosh, he's lived up to the hype, hasn't he?
He really has. I expect a lot. The organization expects a lot from him, but he expects a lot from himself. He's come out and he's lived up to the hype. He's thrown the ball exceptionally well. Dominating fastball, upper 90s, 94 to 97, 98 miles an hour. Mixing in a very good curveball as well as he's working on his changeup. So it's been a treat having him out there. Good chance we may not have him long. If he stays healthy and keeps doing what he's doing, I'm sure he'll be moving to Akron shortly. But we have other guys that have stepped up and pitched well as well. We had Giovanni Soto last night. He started off 0-3, and but he had some pretty good games and really showed why we traded for him. 19-year-old kid, and he's come and done some very good things for us. Clayton Cook, he had a rough outing the other night against Salem, but his first three outings before that were extremely good, so we don't expect this to be a hiccup in any way. We expect him to keep going with it. And we've had, some guys mixing in and out. TJ McFarland, we expected him to move quickly, which he has, which is good for him. And then Brett Brock comes in, goes up to Akron for a spot start, comes right back down and does the same thing he did up there. Popham's done a very good job from the bullpen to the starting role. And then as well as TJ House, was trying to get him back on track. He started off very promising back in Lake County. He's had a couple hiccups on the way, to this point, couple years of him pitching, and just get him back to form. And I think we should be just fine. It's just a matter of now feeding off of those guys within the bullpen coming in doing their jobs, as well as us playing some defense behind them.
Aaron, position player-wise, who are some guys that you have been impressed with getting off to a good start so far this year?
I would say Adam Abraham. He's a guy that when I had him in Lake County, we converted him to a catcher, and that didn't work extremely well. He did a good job back there, but it wasn't what the organization wanted from him. So put him back at third base, and he's done a great job over there. For all, he's played a very good shortstop. He's a guy moving over from second base. He's playing short for us, playing well, swinging the bat well. His numbers don't really dictate how well he swung the bat. And Chase Burnett, he's done a very good job over there at first base. We weren't sure what we were going to get from him. He's another guy converted from the outfield. Now he's playing first base. Power hitting guy. Want to see what he can do, and maybe that's his best opportunity to get to major leagues, bringing him from outfield to infield, and he's done a good job over there. So we've had some bright spots. Roberto Perez has done a very good job behind the plate, blocking, throwing out runners. So hopefully we can continue getting this positive defense from these few individuals, as well as picking up the defense in some other areas.
Your base running has been phenomenal this year, Aaron. You have an aggressive style, of course. You've continued it this year. The speed's unbelievable. Right now you are leading the Carolina League in stolen bases. You are, as a team, on pace to break the all-time record here in Kinston. You stole 4 bases in an inning one time this year. That's got to be a good weapon to have in your arsenal, all this speed.
It's a very good weapon because we're struggling to score runs. So when we get men on base, we need to get that man to second base, hopefully get him to third base, and make it easier for the offense to drive him in. And we have some guys that are aggressive out there. Like you mentioned, my aggressive style. I like to run the bases. I like seeing those guys in motion. I was a guy that was a base stealer myself, so I understand what those guys individually are trying to achieve, as well as collectively is good for the ball club to keep the energy up. And you have Holt, a guy that's every second he gets over there, he's ready to do something, create some havoc.
Aaron, as a former first-round draft pick, a long playing career came to an end. Now you're going on to the next step, managing here in your second year with the Kinston Indians. What's the best part about being a minor league manager?
The best part, I guess, would say just working with these young players and trying to pass some of the knowledge that I was able to gain with all my years of playing, all the fine individuals I was able to play alongside of, that I learned from, hopefully pass that knowledge to them to help them become better ball players and better young men, at the same time. It's great to see them develop, great to see them get better, but it's great to see them grow up and if tomorrow's their last day, you just never know when their career is going to be over. Hopefully some of the knowledge that we passed along to them as staff members will carry on and whether it's in the game of baseball or it's in the game of life, that that will allow them to become better men and do something positive for this world.
Okay, thanks very much, Chris and Aaron. Aaron Holbert was with Lake County for a while as the manager. He's been in the Indian system now for a few years, Jason. Nice manager, and he's really got the K-Trivers playing some good ball.
Yeah, he's done a very nice job with the K-Trivers, and you see, the difference that he brings to the table. He was a position player, and you look at what he does. I mean, from an offensive standpoint, when you have a team like this that runs wild, I mean, it puts a lot of pressure on the defense, and you're seeing that right now. They're playing very good baseball. Hopefully they continue that trend in the second half.
All right, still more to come on Indians Minor League Magazine. He may be the fastest player in the Indians organization. Jordan Henry is running through the Eastern League with the Akron Arrows. You'll meet him as the Indians Minor League Magazine on STO rocks on after this.
Beautiful. 26, 36 feet per second up.